There you go. Shove the whole thing in them. So we are. We're going to get to our draft. Get to our draft where we are drafting best superhero movies. And Joe, do you have that queued up?
I'm getting it pulled up right now.
Perfect. Okay. So these two are going to battle it out. They're going to draft. It's going to be a serpentine draft. Some you call this a snake draft, but that's the kind of draft we're doing. So it's going to serpentine, snake draft, whatever it is you call it. That's what we're doing today. And I have who you got going first?
It's going to be Matt going first.
Okay.
You got to put up on the screen.
I was pulling it up.
Okay, bet.
Okay, there we go.
I can't see.
So at the moment, we're doing 10 movies each. We might do more. I don't know, depending on how we're feeling, but yeah.
Okay, so we can pick any movies here.
You're drafting
any superhero movie.
Superhero
you were trying to convince me. I've seen damn near every superhero movie except for like a couple. There's very, very few I haven't seen.
Okay,
but I've seen most of them.
The only things I haven't seen is like what just came out in the last couple months. But
don't even, Kenny.
I think I've seen.
I thought you were going to talk shit about the Flash. Don't even start.
That mess of a movie.
Can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to see what kind of glorious disaster.
I've seen it 5 times in theaters, and he's ripping on me for it. I've seen it 6 times total now.
That's wild. If you want to see something just as bad, go play the Spawn game on Dreamcast and same graphics and everything.
Get out of here.
Oh my god, that's
awful.
Oh man, I can't wait to watch this. I'm glad I waited to watch it at my home.
CGI will definitely get you.
All right. So you want me to go first then?
Yep.
Winter Soldier.
We're going first.
Winter Soldier. Okay.
Starting off hot. Start off hot with Winter Soldier. Joe, you got to come back.
I'm going with Infinity War.
Okay. This is a war right here.
And then Joe, for my next one, I'm going. This can be X-Men, the very first X-Men movie. I don't remember. I don't remember. Was there a specific name to that? I don't even remember. I think it was just X-Men, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just X-Men. Like you can put like X-Men like 99 or 2000, whatever year it came out, if you want.
Yeah, I think it was 2001. I think she said what happens to a toe when struck by lightning. The same thing happens to everything else. I said, this is stupid. what was that line?
I think next I'm gonna go with the Batman. New one. Yeah, the newest one.
The new one.
The more I watch it, the more I like it. But the first time I watched it, I did not like it.
Really? First time I watched it, I was like, this movie is a masterpiece.
Yeah, it was the first time I watched it, I did not care for it. And then everyone was talking about it, and I was like, okay, I'll try it again. But like I'm not going in high hopes, but like the more I've seen it like 3 or 4 times now, and I do really like it now.
Yeah, the amount of Batman we got versus like the 5% of Bruce Wayne we got was amazing. The movie was just straight Batman. All right,
you got another one. Yep.
Deadpool 1.
So
there you go.
The newest
That's
one.
a good one.
All right.
Yeah,
I am going Into the Spider-Verse.
Oof.
Is that the first one?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go
the next one.
Catwoman. No, I'm just kidding. I did see. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So the only reason I said it is because I seen someone today post in one of the group chats that or not group chat, but like in one of the groups that I'm in on Facebook. Someone bought something on eBay and they shipped it in a Catwoman case with the DVD in it.
It was a bookmark.
Yeah, bookmark. Yep. Yeah, it was. I forgot what the bookmark was, but it was literally just like a bookmark inside of the Catwoman case, and it was fucking hilarious.
That is fantastic. I wish I had 10 copies of Catwoman to do that with.
Right, you just ship out your prints in it.
Fold them all up and slip them in the thing.
Yeah, that's an awful movie.
All right, I'm gonna go with Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Far From Home. That's the third one, right?
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal one.
Oh, second one. Okay, I do like that one. I do love that one actually.
Is it the second?
People get on me for it, but I love that one. Far From.
Oh yeah, the third one.
Yeah, Far From Home is the second one.
Okay.
Then No Way Home is the third.
Yep. Okay, I got mixed up there.
So
I had to think about it because all of them have something to do with home.
I'm gonna come back and go Spider-Man No Way Home.
All right.
Because that was such a solid movie. And then I'm gonna follow that up with Amazing Spider-Man 1, the Andrew Garfield.
I hate Andrew Garfield.
Really?
Yeah.
So I get more flack from people because I like Amazing Spider-Man more than I like Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire.
I love Tobey Maguire.
That is wild. That is a wild hot take.
I tried watching Spider-Man 2 the other day, or not the other day, a few months ago, and I had a hard time getting past the stupid love story between Mary Jane and Tobey Maguire.
That is, yeah.
It's painful.
Okay. That part I agree with you on. I agree with you on the fact that Spider-Man 2 is, in my opinion, is overrated. People say that's the best Spider-Man movie for the longest. I think it's overrated. I think the very first Spider-Man movie is better than that, like way better.
I love the first Spider-Man. Up and away. Go. Fly.
I will agree with you. The first Spider-Man was fantastic. Took a lot of elements from Ultimate Spider-Man, which is a great read. I'm actually reading that digitally. Digital comics. So it's way too hard to go and collect all the issues for that because it's so old. And I mean, I could probably find them, but I'd be doing this forever. I just want to read it because I want to read the story of Peter Parker all the way up to when they kill him and introduce Miles. So that's why I've been reading that. But the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man the first one took a lot of elements from Ultimate Spider-Man, or vice versa. I can't remember which came ultimately first, but yeah, I liked Andrew Garfield's better.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, but Andrew Garfield is my least favorite Spider-Man.
All right,
will say
I agree.
My wife loves Andrew Garfield more than Tobey Maguire, but I'm still going Tobey.
Andrew Garfield was not the prettiest Spider-Man because he had some really weird facial expressions, but
yeah, like I didn't mind him in the newest Spider-Man where they had like the multiverse, but like I don't like his movies by himself.
The second one. It took me a while, but I understand now why the internet hated the second one.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know why?
Who was the villain in the second one?
There was like
Electro.
3 of them.
There was Electro and Green Goblin.
Yeah, and then they had like appearances by the Rhino.
That's right. The Rhino was very, very small clip or something.
He was damn near. Rhino and the Underminer from The Incredibles were pretty much the exact same. If you go back and watch it,
yeah,
it was the exact same thing.
So 2 had some really good ideas, just really poor execution. Really poor execution.
And they threw the Gwen Stacy death in terribly. I don't know. I did
not like the Gwen Stacy in that either.
I liked her as Gwen Stacy, but she looked too old.
I see, like, looking back at those movies after having Tom Holland as Spider-Man, it is weird seeing Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield because they are supposed to be young, but I didn't like think about that when those movies were like, the popular ones at the time.
Because at the time, everyone in high school in movies were all like those cool high schools where everyone was 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say every movie back then, everybody was 30 years old. They're playing the characters every time, and then we're just now getting like kid versions, like they're supposed to be, like the Ninja Turtles, Spider-Man, like they're actually the age they're supposed to be, or at least close to it.
Right.
Ninja Turtles look so good. I can't wait for that.
I can't wait either. It's some interesting design choices that they picked, so I'm curious as how it's going to turn out. Some of the villains looked really interesting. So,
all right, my next pick, I'm going Logan.
And
then I'm taking Kick-Ass. First one.
Damn. Yeah, that's wow. I almost concede there. Damn.
Matt, what's your next pick?
Yeah. X-Men: Days of Future Past.
That's a good one. That's one of my favorite X-Men.
Days of Future. Yes, that was good. That was really good. I got it mixed up with Apocalypse for like half a second.
Oh, no, don't do that.
That one's no. For like half a second I did, and I was like, ugh. But then I was like, okay, I know which one he's talking about.
No, Days of Future Past was the only other one that I thought was like worthy.
Yeah, I think the first two X-Men, and then I would say Days of Future Past, and then the whatever the first like the Academy or whatever that shit was called. I forget what it's called now.
First Class.
That one was cool too. First Class. I knew some shit like that. Yeah, First Class.
First Class was cool.
I was thinking of X-Men Mutant Academy, the video game. That's what threw me off. So X-Men First Class is what I was thinking of.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. That was good too. The rest of them sucked. The rest of I didn't even put myself through the Jean Grey one. The Dark Phoenix. I didn't even do that.
Oh my god.
Like, do this.
That was bad.
I watched it on my birthday during COVID because it came out on like HBO or something. I remember it vividly because I was able to get Texas Roadhouse to go, because that was when you could only get anything to go. If you have to get a restaurant to go, get it from Texas Roadhouse, because everything's in its own container. I got the mushrooms, and the mushrooms were in their own little container. The steak was in its own container. I was like, this is the greatest thing ever.
You watched that movie to go with it.
And then I watched that movie, and I'm like, wow, this is the worst birthday I've ever had. With that being said,
I saw parts of it.
With that being said, I am going to have to pick Deadpool 2.
Okay.
And
my next one, I'm gonna go. Yeah, it's my turn. Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I had to double check for a second. I'm gonna go. I got to get this movie into as many drafts as I can. We're going Blank Man.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Kevin, you brought the new books. And then I'm taking Daredevil.
Ugh.
That's a hot take, but I love Daredevil.
The Ben Affleck one?
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to counter your Blank Man with Meteor Man.
Fuck.
There you go. Meteor Man's better. Meteor Man's better.
And man, I think I'm gonna have to pick Avengers #1.
Okay. The Avengers. Okay, the Avengers.
Yeah,
it's not a bad pick.
Such a solid superhero movie from start to finish.
It was. I think it's the last movie I saw in the drive-in. Actually, now think about it. I saw it in college.
I haven't been to a drive-in in years.
I have so many.
Same here.
around me.
Last time I went, it was Avengers 1.
I don't know why drive-ins are so popular where I live, but we have like, I think 3 of them within like a 30-minute drive.
I think there's still one in Wellsville.
I don't know if there's one in Wellsville, then that's a 4th one because I got Portville. I think Perry's the one, and then Delavan.
Oh no, the one in Wellsville I did close. Never mind. I think they opened it for a little while and then they closed it again.
Yeah, they're cool, but like I don't know. My thing with going to drive-ins is like I've only had bad experiences, and they're all during fucking Marvel movies. So like it pisses me off. So Iron Man 3, I went, and the bulb blew 3 times during the movie. So, and they did not pause it at all. They didn't refund us money at all. So like most of Iron Man 3, I heard. And for release day, I heard the movie, but I didn't get to see it. And then when I went to see Infinity War, it was either Infinity War or Endgame. It was the same day that I met Jim Starlin. I had tickets to go to that. We got a pizza and they gave us like it had bees just baked into the pizza, like wasps and bees. And then they cut the second the credits started, they stopped it. And I think it was Black Panther 2 came out. Whatever one was like, I think it was like the same time around Black Panther 2. But they cut the movie at the credits. And I was like, fuck, what happened? Like, what about the credits? Like everyone's getting out of their car. They're like, where's the credits? Like, what's going on? And we like all go inside and we're like, where's the credits? And they were like, they didn't send us to them. And they're like, what the fuck you mean they didn't send you the credits? It's a fucking Marvel movie.
What?
Yeah, so they were like, we don't have it. We don't have the credits. So I was furious because we had to sit there and YouTube the fucking the end credits for it.
Wow, just to and that was for Wakanda Forever.
It was this was for it was either Infinity War or Endgame, whatever one was for.
Oh, okay. Oh wow!
Oh, wait, it wouldn't have been the second Black Panther. It had to have been the first one then.
Yeah. Okay.
It was whatever. There was a Marvel movie that came out very close to, and I want to say it was Black Panther.
Okay.
But yeah, they had it like back to back, and they did not play the credits for it, and I was so mad.
Yeah, no, I would probably not go to drive-ins ever again if that was the case.
That was the last time I went, and I don't plan on going again.
Not for a Marvel movie. No.
Yeah.
I'm always like, well, what if it starts raining and then you have to turn on your windshield wipers?
People turning on their headlights on accident, so you like miss parts of the movie. The fucking like you have to keep starting your car randomly because the it just turns off, or your battery's gonna die. You get to pick one or the other. It's just it was cool back in the day. I wish they still had those posts that went in between cars that had the radio on. That would make more sense.
I'm surprised they don't do like a Wi-Fi kind of thing. Like you got to get hooked onto like the Wi-Fi or sync to something with your phone. I think that would make more sense.
It does it to your radio, so I guess you could do it on a phone.
No. I'm saying now. I know back in the day they did with the radio. But I'm saying now. You think they would do?
Yeah, but imagine going to the movies and listening to the audio out of your phone.
Oh no, I know. I get that. I'm just saying that's the last time I've been was like 2012 when I last went, and before that I saw Shrek, Pirates of the Caribbean, and the movie Evolution. I don't remember anything else I watched. What's random movies?
The only time I had a good experience at a drive-in was to see it was Pitch Perfect and I think a Jurassic Park movie.
Okay, those to me those are drive-in type movies. Like
but I hate saying that one of my best times at the drive-in was seeing Pitch Perfect.
Was it the first one?
I don't think so. I think it was the third one.
Oh God, I'm sorry. The third one was terrible. I will say more recently, like when we go to the movies, we go to we have a movie tavern up here, so we have like the reclining seats. They bring you food, but you have to order like your burger ahead of time or whatever, or chicken sandwich, popcorn, whatever, and they bring it to you like right at the beginning of the movie. We usually go to that, but more recently we went to go see The Little Mermaid. My wife's a huge Little Mermaid fan. We're both big Disney fans, so we caught it at the tail end of its theater run, and we're just like, we're gonna go on a Tuesday night. It's at the tail end of the theater run. No one's gonna be there. no one's going to be there turned into Saturday morning variety hour in the crowd. I had one family that was sitting five seats down, or just like a few seats down from us, that I swear to God, they had like individual pieces of M&M wrapped in cellophane that they were crinkling. They had like a whole production of food that they brought with them. There was another family like that was just never stopped talking. There was like at least 25 other people in this theater room with us. And then there was people in the front row just taking random selfies in the middle of the movie. It was wild.
People at the movies drive me insane sometimes. I will say My Little Mermaid, when I went to see it, I went alone on opening day, and that was kind of cringy. I wish I wouldn't have done that looking back at it. Because so I have the AMC pass, so I go see everything on opening day because you just get unlimited movies with it.
Oh yeah.
But it was The Machine. I seen The Machine and Little Mermaid back to back that day, and The Machine was great. I'm like, this is awesome. Like, this is fine seeing yourself. And then like I went into Little Mermaid, and it's just like all women and girls, and then like me, and I'm just like by myself, and I'm like, this is fucking weird. And like the people that were sitting like to the row that was to the left of me just like kept like looking over at me, and they're like laughing, and I'm like, I know they're talking shit about me. Like, it's obvious. Like, you don't even need to be looking at me to know, like, haha, this guy's by himself. What a fucking loser. He's here to see Little Mermaid by himself. 30-year-old man in here.
That was my dad when we went to go see he went to go see Twilight. He didn't, and I told him that's not the kind of vampire movie you're thinking of. And he's like, nah, it's vampires. I was like, Dad, it's a love story. He's like, all vampire movies are love stories. And he didn't listen to me. And him and his friend, they both went together. And literally, there were only guys in there. He said it was just 15-year-old girls surrounding us. He said we looked stupid. He said we looked like we were together.
Yeah, that happened with the Mario movie when that came out too, because I went by myself, and it was everyone with their kids, and then it's like me by myself, and it's like, God damn it, I put myself in an awkward situation again.
That was such a good movie, though. That was so
really
good.
It was a good movie.
Probably one of the better movies I've seen so far this year. One of the few movies I've seen so far this year, but still.
All right, I'm gonna get my next picking. We're going Batman and Robin. And then I'm gonna go with it's an okay one, but I'm gonna counter it with Dark Knight.
Oh,
okay.
Just good thing you picked
Dark Knight Rises.
Just Dark Knight.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, What's the one with the Joe or Bane? Is that's
Rises?
Oh,
Dark Knight Rises.
Okay. You get me fucking confused.
So you are going Rises.
Yeah, going Rises.
Okay. I'm gonna pick Joker.
Joker. Okay.
That movie
Joker.
Yep. That movie was such a great movie in the fact that it could have been a comic book. It was a comic book movie, but if you change the names of all the characters in the setting, it could have just been a weird crime movie. Yeah, it still worked. It was a masterpiece of a movie, and I am not excited that they're making a sequel at all.
Yeah.
Same. It doesn't need it.
And the fact that it's a musical, I'm like, I like musicals. This is not it. This is definitely not it.
I did not know that it was a musical.
Yeah, apparently it's a musical.
I didn't know that either, and I hate musicals. I hate musicals.
So I don't know if I'm gonna like it now.
Yeah, I was like, Lady Gaga's playing Harley Quinn, like,
poker face.
Yeah. Oh, I just for my next pick though, Shang-Chi, or however you pronounce that. Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
I thought that movie was a fresh new take on the MCU, and I'm kind of sad that they haven't kept that energy, but it was awesome.
That was a good movie. I still think it's Asian Black Panther, but it was good.
Yeah.
Because I think the story, everything like going side by side, I think it's literally, in my opinion, it's the same movie, but with better fighting.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that. I honestly, I can see that. I never gave that a thought, but
I am going to go with Black Panther
Okay.
and The Incredibles.
okay.
The first or second one?
First one.
Okay.
So
that's one of the few movies that is like the sequel's just as good as the original. One of the few movies that does that, I feel like. Where's my super suit?
I haven't seen the second one yet. I own it. I just haven't watched it.
Check that out. Check that out. That's really good. I'll tell you, like I said, it's literally right here with the first one. They're like neck and neck.
Okay. All right, maybe I'll do like a double feature and watch them both at the same time. So that way I get a good refresher on the first one.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It takes place literally right after the first one. Literally right after.
Okay. All right. Then that gives me something to look forward to. I have somewhere back there. I have like a whole like shelf of DVDs that are unopened. I still got to watch them, but I'll get to them someday, maybe. Kind of like the stack of comics I still have to read. So my next one, I'm gonna go with something a little bit more near and dear to my heart. Spawn.
All right.
That's my movie. I look. It's a bad movie, but I like it. It's one of my guilty pleasures.
Yes, and I forget. Are we doing superhero movies or comic book movies?
Just superhero.
Superhero.
They got
superhero.
powers.
Superhero.
Okay, superhero got powers. Okay.
Is my camera frozen?
Yeah, on my end.
Yeah.
You've been staring.
Okay. I'll fix it. You keep going.
You look so staring right
now. All right.
And Matt, what's your next one?
I'm trying to think here.
That picture is
I'm going to go with Batman 89.
Batman 89. So you're saying Michael Keaton?
First Michael Keaton, yep.
That the very first Batman. Okay. That's a good one. That is a very good one.
That probably like is my childhood personified right there.
Okay. All right.
I was about to say because I didn't, start going up and watch them until like Batman and Robin that era. That's when I started watching them. But then I went back and watched them. And
okay.
Like, okay, I can appreciate this.
Yeah.
And I think that's in my opinion, that's the third best Batman movie. I think it goes, in my opinion, I personally like Dark Knight Rises more than Dark Knight. And then I got Dark Knight Rises, Dark Knight, 89 Batman. Then I'm going The Batman is what I would say. And then Batman Begins. And then you got the rest of them.
I feel like a big thing with the Batman movies is like the villains play a huge part in how good those are.
Oh yeah, for sure. The villain makes the movie for Batman. I think that's the main thing about Batman. In my opinion, I think he's a dweeb, but his villains are top notch.
I've always liked Batman for the sheer fact that everything about Batman outside of the rest of the DC universe. So if we just take Batman and make it his own thing, it's all street level. It's almost believable, but not. And then all of his supervillains are either mobsters or slightly powered mobsters. They're not ridiculous unless we're getting into like Killer Croc and Clayface and stuff like that. But they were all originally mobsters. They aren't gods or anything like that. They're just slightly superpowered or slightly mutated, and other than that, they're real human people. And I think that's the closest thing we get to Marvel characters in the DC universe. And I think they're relatable. Like the Joker, he's super relatable. And I think that's what makes it. That's what really makes it for Batman.
It's still just a ripoff of Blank Man, in my opinion. My next pick is going to be my guilty pleasure. All right. This one's going to be a hot take. I'm going Sky High.
Wow.
I love that movie. Hey, I'm with you on that. I love that movie. Warren Peace is probably the greatest name in superhero history to me.
I got a weird ass story about this movie too, because so one day I was watching it. This is in like high school. I was probably like a junior or senior, and I'm watching this movie in my bedroom. And the next day I go to school and everybody's like, haha, you were watching Sky High last night, like picking on me. And I'm like, how the fuck do people know I was watching Sky High before I fell asleep? And like, apparently people were like, there was a group of my friends that were creeping in my bedroom window while I was watching Sky High, and just like told everyone in school about it, like super randomly. But it was like, that's fucking weird that you were just like creeping in my window. Like, cause I was like, this is when social media wasn't like super popular. So I was like, I know that I wasn't talking about Sky High, especially like, cause I didn't want to get picked on, cause it was one of those movies at the time. And
I tell people I watch it. I love that movie.
Oh, I fucking love Sky High, but I wasn't going to tell people about it.
You try to sneak and watch it.
Yeah, I was sneaking and watching it while people are like literally looking through my windows as I'm watching it.
My guilty pleasure has always been any 80s movies, and at this point in time now, it's not even a guilty pleasure. I will straight up tell you, I will watch any cheesy rom-com 80s movie you put in front of me. I will sit there and I will it is like a whole like thing. It's the soundtrack mixed in with the corniness. Like, I love it.
I like 80s movies, but I cannot do I can't do romantic movies. I can't do romances at all.
They gotta be funny. They gotta at least be like super funny. Like my favorite movie of all time is Better Off Dead. And if you've never seen it,
that sounds familiar.
You got it. It's John Cusack. He plays like a guy who gets dumped by his girlfriend, so he keeps trying to kill himself, and
I've seen this.
He screws up at it, and then just decides that he starts flirting with the exchange student across the street. But then all this crazy shit happens to him. It is hilarious, and it still is hilarious in like 2023. But
I'm gonna watch that tonight.
Yeah, it's super funny.
We're gonna end it on the 15th round. So we get these next two.
Okay.
So my last.
So it's gonna be on the 16th on there, because the first one got your name on it. But yeah, we're gonna end on the 15th round.
All right. Well, for this one, I'm going Suicide Squad.
Which one?
Suicide Squad or The Suicide Squad? Remember
the one with Will Smith, the first one.
Okay, that's better, but
wait, you guys don't like this? You guys don't like the James Gunn one?
I don't like. I don't like either one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like either one.
The James Gunn one was so good. All right.
I liked Peacemaker in the second one. And that ugly, whatever that thing was that was running around, I like that thing. But other than that, I didn't really like the movie.
Okay. All right. What was the one I just had in mind? I had something.
Well, so you got two more. Got to make them count.
Well, I'm gonna go off from. Oh yeah, here we go. The Super.
The Super?
Or maybe it's just called Super. It has Rainn Wilson. It's a James Gunn movie. It's an independent movie. It has Kevin Bacon in it.
I know what this is, but I haven't seen it. I know what this. I've seen the picture of it, but I've never seen it.
It's on Tubi.
Yeah. It is one of the most weirdly B-rated, brutal movies I've ever seen. Yeah. Shut up, crime.
Yep.
He just goes through and just hits people with this wrench and just goes, "Shut up, crime." It's so awkward, but and like Michael Rooker's in it, and of course because James Gunn movie. But but Kevin Bacon plays the bad guy. It's a really good movie, and I remember watching it when probably like 10 to 15 years ago, and I'm like, why did they make this? And now I just watched it again a couple months ago, and I'm like, I get it. I absolutely get it now. Like, I still don't understand why we told the story, but I get it. And then my final pick, riffing off from one earlier, Kick-Ass 2, since I can't pick Kick-Ass.
Okay.
I was Kick-Ass for Halloween for like 7 years in a row.
That's
Except for
awesome.
my version was Fat Ass though. I did casual Fat Ass. I would literally wear like the Kick-Ass suit, but I would have like a button up on over top of it, and then like a pair of dress shorts. Only because I didn't want people seeing the rolls. My last pick, this might be a hot take as well. It's got Will Smith. It's Hancock.
Hancock. There you go. I was waiting for somebody to pick that one. There's a couple of them I was waiting for y'all to pick, like the Flea. I was waiting on y'all to pick.
Flea. I don't think I've seen that.
My fault. The Tick. I'm sorry.
The Tick.
It's like the Flea.
Yeah, I meant to say the Tick. The Flea is the fucking Mucha Lucha wrestler. I'm trying to think. There's a couple other ones that like.
Did they make a Tick movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, they made a movie.
It's a TV show.
They made a movie too though. It's starring the guy who plays Joe from Family Guy.
I thought that was only a show. That's why I stayed away from it.
Yeah,
it's a TV show. One. I don't see it as a movie.
I could have sworn they made a movie from this.
They may have. They may have done like an Amazon exclusive movie or something.
I was gonna say I for sure remember a movie. I know I'm not tripping. No.
There might be a movie. The only thing I
can see a TV series. I could have sworn there was a movie. Oh, well, never mind then. I could have sworn there was an animated one, and then there was a live action one.
I almost threw Ghost Rider in, but I strayed away from that.
Oof, yeah, you would have lost that round. Whatever round that was, you would have lost. That's one of my least favorite movies ever, especially Ghost Rider 2.
I was gonna say I could forgive Ghost Rider 1. Ghost Rider 2 though.
Ghost Rider 2 and the first Hulk movie. I wanted to fight somebody so bad after watching those movies.
Which first Hulk movie?
The one with Eric Bana. The one where he's literally arguing with the Hulk in the mirror, and the Hulk grabs him. Yeah, that one. I was a child. I was in theaters, and I was pissed.
I could swallow that a lot better than I could Galactus being a space cloud at the end of Fantastic Four 2.
I don't. Those were bad, but it was kind of like I was still all in. I would say that I was still all in. The first Hulk and Ghost Rider 2, I was like, when is this shit gonna end? Like, I'm glad I didn't see Ghost Rider 2 in theater though.
Oh my god,
I was mad. But if I saw Ghost Rider 2 in theater and I paid money, I would have tried to argue with them like, hey, I need my money back. This is awful.
I may ship a bookmark with my Ghost Rider 2 DVD.
That movie is terrible.
It's so bad. Just the part where he's like laughing maniacally, pissing fire, and I'm like,
that's all I remember. That's all I remember from that movie. And I remember just being like, this movie's still on. Like this movie is still happening.
At that point, I just decided that I must have somehow mistakenly took drugs.
I thought somebody was punishing me. I was like, is somebody doing this to me on purpose? Why is this happening?
None of us picked any of the Punisher films. Wow.
No.
Yeah. The Punisher one was better than the Warzone, but Warzone was more of a fun watch. It was so ridiculous, it was fun.
Yeah.
No Ant-Mans either. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ant-Mans were good, except the third one.
I almost instead of picking the Super, I almost picked either Guardians 1 or Guardians 3.
Guardians 3 is so good. That's my favorite one.
I just watched that a couple of days ago for the first time. Maybe it was like 2 weeks ago, I think.
I kind of forgot. I did get to the theater to see that, but that was also like 3 months ago, which might as well have been a year ago. So
yeah. I wasn't even
all right,
thinking
Joe.
about it, and for like movie night, I was like, "Oh, let's watch Guardians 3," and my wife's pregnant and hasn't seen it yet. And then I have my 3.5-year-old daughter, and we're watching it, and I'm like, "Oh, Aria, run to your room really quick. I need you to look for something," because it would be like, you know, something happening, and then I was just like not thinking about how fucking sad the movie is.
But it was so good. I
So
will
good.
literally watch anything James Gunn produces or puts out, including the Suicide Squad. I thought it was awesome. It hit all the check marks.
No one
I
put
know.
Morbius.
I'm glad.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right, Joe. But say we're gonna go round by round. No, we do. We go round by round. So you won each round to see who wins the draft, in my opinion. Okay, so the first round we have Winter Soldier and Infinity War. I'm gonna go with edging Infinity War. I'm edging it. I'm edging it.
I'm sad.
Infinity War. I got goosebumps a couple times. So
I get it.
go with that one.
I get it.
The Batman versus the first X-Men. I'm gonna go X-Men. I'm going to the very first. I know people are gonna get mad at me for it, but I will pop that movie. If I see the movie's on TV and then Batman's underneath it, I'm like, don't scroll through channels. I'm gonna go watch X-Men first. I'm gonna watch that one instead.
I love the X-Men so much.
Deadpool versus Into the Spider-Verse. People make mad at me for this. I'm saying Deadpool. Deadpool is I'm a Spider-Man fan. I love Spider-Man to death, but that first Deadpool movie was so good.
Yes.
And Spider-Man No Way Home versus Spider-Man Far From Home. I love Spider-Man Far From Home, but I'm going Spider-Man No Way Home.
On the
merit first weekend, we were there clapping, doing all. It was theater was going crazy. I love
the theater was fucking lit for that. Similar to like I seen Return of the Jedi for the 40th anniversary a couple months ago at theaters, and that was wild seeing people go crazy for that because it's like you know everything that's happening, but like all the fucking sweaty nerds in there just
I'm glad I didn't go to that. As much as I love Star Wars and I'm a Star Wars fan, I hate Star Wars fans.
honestly, I agree with you. I love Star Wars, but I hate the fans. Our fans are ridiculous.
Yeah, yes.
I go in there dressing normal. You know, I go to the first night dressing normal like this, and I'm sitting next to a stormtrooper. They've got flashing lights on their stuff. They got lightsabers on. I'm like, can you turn that off? We're trying to watch this movie.
Or you got the guy that's sitting next to you going, nah, wrong.
Yeah, the people that are deep in Star Wars lore that are doing that piss me off.
Yeah.
Luckily, I never had that. That would have pissed me off if somebody was doing that throughout the whole movie.
Wrong.
He doesn't get there yet. Midichlorians, what is that? Like, I'll be like, nah. Sir, I'll report you. So the next one is Amazing Spider-Man versus Logan.
Yeah,
I'm going Logan by like 1,000. Do not like
Logan in black and white.
I still I haven't watched it in black and white yet.
Listen, Logan in black and white is a real thing. Unlike me arguing Rocky was in black and white, Logan, there really is a black and white copy.
I think it's a feature on my Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's on. Blu-ray and 4K has the black and white version on it. It's so fucking good.
And my next one is Days of Future Past versus Kick-Ass. I'm going Days of Future Past.
Yes,
I'm going Days of Future Past on that one. Deadpool 2 versus Blake Man. This is a weird battle. And you know what? I'm going Blake Man.
Fuck yeah.
I'm going Blake Man. I didn't really like Deadpool 2 like that. Like, I don't think Blake Man's one of the best movies like this, so don't let me don't let me say that. But I think Deadpool 2 was okay. It took me, I had to watch it again for me to be like, okay, you know, I see what they're doing here. But the first time I did not like it the first time I watched it. Meteor Man versus Daredevil.
I was just gonna say I liked it better than most of the X-Men movies. So
yeah, those are. It took me a while to like. One day I just sat down and was like, these X-Men movies are not good. There's only like three of them, three good ones out of all of them.
No.
I was like, they can stop making these now. You got Meteor Man versus Daredevil. I'm going Meteor Man by a lot. Daredevil was terrible. More peanuts.
They got Evanescence on the soundtrack than Daredevil, though.
If we were going by soundtrack, Daredevil wins hands down. It was like one of the best soundtracks of all time.
So I just watched Meteor Man for the first time not too long ago because Kenny has a podcast that's Hood Movie Reviews, and I was on for Blank Man, and they were telling me to watch Meteor Man because I'd never seen it, and it's like the Superman counterpart for it. And that shit, watching it in 2023 for the first time is very ridiculous because it makes it like 20 times funnier. Seeing like the meteor itself, I was pissed when I seen that thing. But him touching the
you gotta remember,
and,
it's like 91.
Yeah, learning the powers from touching a book for like 30
90, 91. Oh,
but it
was bad. It was bad practical effects then too. Like they were considered bad then.
Yeah.
Like,
I know, I could tell.
The suit though, I remember just seeing the suit in the ads for Meteor Man, and I'm like, that suit is awesome though.
Awful. That suit is awful. Chico, chill out.
I love.
Avengers.
I was just gonna say I loved it.
Next one's Avengers. The first Avengers versus Batman and Robin. It's the first Avengers by a lot.
Damn it.
Yeah, by a whole lot. Chico, get off me. You'd be ridiculous. Joker versus Dark Knight Rises. This is a good one. I'm gonna go with Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight Rises. It's an edge. It's edge in Dark Knight Rises.
Darkness.
If we were going like if we were rating it on like on a instead of a superhero movie, if we were rating them more on like movies, I would just disagree. But okay, superhero movie Dark Knight Rises I think wins that category.
Yeah, I think because I've said this before, the Dark Knight movies, they all have something very, very bad that happens that throws off the whole movie to me. And it's like, it's so like laughably bad. I'm like, okay, so if you know this terrorist is out there, taking over a football field, why would you send the entire police force to stop him? And now you're all stuck. That's why you don't do that. Like that. And then you got the Dark Knight where he's like, oh, I switched them. Like, why didn't Batman just go save one and the police go save the other? I don't know. It was just like dumb stuff like that is what throws it off for me. But other than that, I think those are good movies.
Listen, the story has to happen that way.
That's why I kind of just be like, okay, like I'll let you guys have it. But like stuff like that, like because I pick apart movies, I try not to, but I pick apart movies and I'm like, that is dumb. Like, why would you do that?
I just found out
next one is
the actor for Joker. I thought that up until like a couple weeks ago, I thought his name was Joaquin. I didn't realize that's how you pronounce Joaquin. Or I didn't realize that's how you like spelled it out. So I thought this whole time, no one's ever fucking corrected me either. And I've said his name a million times. Joaquin Phoenix. No one ever fixed it. No one ever corrected me. And then I was listening to a podcast with him on it. And they were like, we got Joaquin Phoenix on. And I'm like, who the fuck is Joaquin Phoenix? And then he started talking. And I was like, oh no, I've been saying his name wrong this whole time.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah, I never heard you say it. That's why I never corrected you.
I'm pissed because I
next one is Shang-Chi. Next is Shang-Chi versus Black Panther. I'm gonna go with Shang-Chi. I know people are gonna be mad at me, especially me being black, but I think Black Panther's overrated. I think it's very overrated. The second one is way better in my opinion, but the first one is in my opinion, very overrated.
The first one, Black Panther didn't even like steal the show in his own movie. Everyone else did.
Exactly. And then the fact that it was supposed to be a fair fight, one-on-one with Killmonger, and everybody's jumping in to save him, and it's like, this isn't a fair fight. And then on top of that, he threw him over the cliff, and somehow he lived through it. And they put him on ice like he was a fish, and he came back and was like, I never yielded. Like, sir, you died technically. Like, this is like, he owns this now. Like, I'm sorry.
And the special effects in Black Panther 2 were like, they weren't, for the time frame and like where we'd gotten to, they were shaky. They were really shaky.
Yeah.
I I used to break down these movies with my friends, and I remember that was my hang up. I'm like, the special effects could have been better.
Yeah, Black Panther. Yeah, I definitely feel. I think the fighting is terrible in the first movie. I think the fighting was not. The choreography was awful.
Yeah,
but the second one, it got better. It got better in the second one, but the first one was like, ugh. Yeah, people get mad at me when I say that. And they're like, "Are you black? You're supposed to love Black Panther." Like, no, don't like it like that. I think it's okay. Like,
no,
next one
definitely.
is Spawn and Incredibles. Incredibles. I'm sorry. Incredibles is one of the greatest superhero movies in my opinion, especially for a kids movie. It's like that's surprising for it to be that good for a kids movie.
Suit?
And the fact that the villain, like the villain was, the villain. I love a good villain. The villain makes the movie to me. And that villain he killed everybody. He killed everybody. Like he did his job. Like he just couldn't get. And technically, he would have killed them if the mom wasn't able to stretch and become a parachute to save the kids. So he was gonna kill her and the kids.
To use her Pixar mom butt powers.
Oh yeah.
All the Pixar moms are thick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For no reason. We have Batman versus Sky High. Damn, I got a love for both of these. If I see them both on right now, I'm going Sky High. If I'm gonna go Sky High, I know that's people be pissing me for it, but I love Sky High. War and Peace and Sidekick. I'm a big fan of that.
Sidekick. What was his name? Was it Boomer?
I'm going. It might Sonic Boom or something like that. Boom or Sonic Boom, something like that.
I've only seen Sky High like once, so I don't really know. I can't remember.
Oh,
it was Coach Boomer.
Times. Yeah, I knew something like that. Yeah, I would say I've seen it countless times. The Super versus Suicide Squad. I've never seen a Super, and I'm still going to Super. I do not like Suicide Squad movies. Movies are not good to me.
If you got Tubi, you should sit down and watch the Super. It's a good time. You get a.
I definitely have Tubi. I definitely have Tubi, and that's how I watch half my movies for Hood Movie Review. Like they're all on there.
Like the first 5 minutes of the movie, you're going to be watching it, going, "What the hell am I watching?" And then all of a sudden, like the story like just kind of picks up, and you find yourself half an hour into it. Well, I'm in this, so.
And then we got the final battle between Kick-Ass 2 and Hancock. So let me count how many y'all have before I do that. It's tied exactly.
Yeah.
This every time I do this, it's always tied. I'm going Hancock. For the win.
I will
jump in Hancock before I watch Kick-Ass 2.
I've only watched Hancock once, and I did not like it.
Oh wow, I love that movie. I just didn't like the fact that the closer he got to her, the weaker he got. I don't know. I thought that was a dumb plot point, but other than that, I love the movie. He's like, "Oh, you want to go up? You want to go up?"
You know what? Now that you mention that, that's the same thing that happens in. I never even realized. Like I forgot that happened in Hancock, but the TV show Lucifer, when he's close to the girl that he likes, he becomes weak too. Like he loses his powers. I never even put the 2 and 2 together, but they like both have like the same thing.
Yeah. I really liked Lucifer up until the last season, and I can't tell you if I even finished it or not.
I had to. I can't leave stuff.
I just kept checking my phone because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it anymore. Yeah. It's like I don't know if they said "dear old dad" too many times, and I just wanted to light my TV on fire and throw it out my balcony. But it's a good show, but it gets to a point where I'm like, oh my God, is the dialogue written around saying "dear old dad"?
Yeah.
So this episode, Joe is the winner by a hair. By a hair. By photo finish.